Hello students, today we are going to see one important topic of cybersecurity module 1 TCP/IP model, transmission control protocol, internet protocol model. Up till now we have seen OSI model which consists of 7 layers. The layers are application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer and physical layer. Now we are going to see 4-layer TCP/IP model. 4 layers are application layer, transport layer, internet layer and network access layer. So we will see first of all introduction to TCP/IP model. TCP/IP model. Now consider encapsulation. Encapsulation in the sense data should be encapsulated. It should be not visible to everyone. So consider Karan Johar is writing a script for his different movies, and he want to send it to editor after writing the script. So we will first see how TCP/IP protocol stack works. Now we actually happens when passes to the stack. So application layer, transport layer, internet layer and network access layer. These are the 4 layers of TCP/IP model. Now Karan Johar is writing many script for different movies and sending it to editor. Maybe Karan Johar located in Mumbai and editor is in Pune Baner area. The manual script is data in application layer. Something consider that I am writing Karan Johar is writing mail to that editor. That can be considered a mail application layer. Because here SMTP protocol is used, and we know that in OSI model in application layer we have seen SMTP simple mail transfer protocol is used. Now since information is very large, since he is writing a script maybe of 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, 15 pages or 50 pages, we have to divide these into chapters. Like chapters in the sense we have seen in the OSI model, transport layer divide the data into segment, then network layer divide the data into packet, and data link layer divide the data into frame. Now they are chapters, so we will number them chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter and so on. These are in the sequence. So transport layer, the job of transport layer is to divide the packet into segment. Flow control means packet should be received in proper order. That is done by the transport layer, because when information is transmitted, it may arise out of order. So put back in order state, we need to figure out ID. So transport layer job is that flow control and divide the data into segment. Flow control in the sense transmitted 1 to 10 numbers of 1 to 50 pages are transmitted. It should be received in 1 to 50 manner, not opposite different manner. All this information correspond to port number. Port number in the sense, in my laptop there are different applications running at the same time. Like I am writing mail, I am listening songs, I am listening YouTube, watching YouTube, then I am downloading something. So different applications have different port number. Why these port number are given? That to specify uniqueness of the particular application. Since if I'm writing mail or I'm reading mail and my friend is writing mail to me, it should be received to me in proper application, mailbox, not anywhere else. That is the part of port number. All these together called transport header. Remember, transportation header in the sense starting address, and tailor means ending address. Suppose we take a segment and put it into envelope. In envelope, we add information like building address. Now, consider this Karan Johar is writing a script and he is sending the script. Consider that is the postmaster. Postmaster in the sense, consider it is a post, for example, it's postmaster, and postmaster will post that whatever his letter to the Pune, and from Pune it will go to the Baner location, that particular address. So we also need to send it and who receives it, which is equivalent to destination network. That means Pune Baner network is different, then Karan Johar Mumbai's network is different, and so Karan Johar network is identified by system is identified by IP address, and editor Pune is a system is identified different IP address. IP address are given because when your computer getting connected to the internet, it is assigned with specific IP address. And why IP address are assigned? Because you are unique on the internet. So your address is unique on the internet. That's why IP address are assigned. There should be not what we can say double. There should not be double. Duplicate should not be there. IP address are unique, and it comes under the network layer of the OSI model. So since that if you assign, when your system get connected to the internet, you are assigning IP address, and that is unique on the internet. That becomes how to get building or how to get the network. Now we want routing information. Routing information in the sense, since Karan Johar is writing a script, and it is to the Ramesh editor who is located in Pune Baner area. So there must be some specific route with the help of which I can reach easily to the Ramesh editor Baner area. Now Baner area is so is not a small area; it is large area, a large location and area, and in the sense there should be different path to go to that location. So which is the best possible path? I need to find out to get the packet easily, faster received. That like means postmaster should find the best possible path to reach the destination, and that job is done by the network layer we have seen in the OSI model. All this comes in network access layer, which is consisting of destination physical address and source physical address, which is known as MAC address. MAC address in the sense every system on the every system, or it may be laptop or it may be computer, has MAC address. MAC address in the sense when system is connected to the network, it is having network interface card, and that network interface card contains the MAC address, the hardware hexadecimal code. That's why it is a necessary, because system connected in the network at the data link layer, it is identified by the MAC address. Header and tailor. We know that how many pages we want to send. I want to send 50 pages. Then I receive side, it should be 50 pages. This comes in error checking, which is for it takes header and trailer. Header is beginning of the information and trailer is the ending of information. That is clear. Okay. Because Karan Johar want to send 50 pages to the editor. So 1 to 50, it should the editor should receive in matter 1 to 50 only, not in between 50, then 49, then 39. It should not, it should be written in the sequence. It should get in the sequence, proper sequence, alphabetical sequence. Karan Johar puts letter in the mailbox. Poster comes and pick up. Postmaster comes and pick up. All these are required to frame relay protocol. Frame relay in the sense they are on the road, that could be optical fiber, twisted fiber. Now consider Karan Johar is writing mail to that editor, and he is the connection with the help of which the path with the help of which the data is flowing. It may be fiber optics cable, it may be twisted pair cable, or it may be radio air. Okay, so data may flow from fiber optics cable, data may flow from air satellite communication, or it may go from the pair, twisted pair cable or copper cable. You might have seen this in physical layer of the OSI model, and we have a lot of different media for transmission, that is air or train. In Postmaster, we will consider a train. Now we will see another part. So up till now we have seen introduction to TCP/IP. Now we will see the application layer of the OSIM TCP/IP model. Application layer, HTTP allowed access to web pages. Remember one thing, when you are getting connected to the internet, the first thing, what is the thing that you want to connect to get to the server, and you can get connected to the server by typing http://www.google.com, and with the help of this protocol you can get connected to the internet. This protocol is very important, and it is very popular, and it is old protocol used, first protocol used in the internet. So with the help of which I can get connected to the server, different server on the internet using HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol, it is stateless protocol because it is not secured. And we have seen file transfer protocol in one of the applications. In application layer, we have seen FTP, file transfer protocol. Means anything you want to download from the server, or you want to upload from the internet. If you want to, on the internet, you want to download files from the server, you want to upload files from the server on the internet, you can use FTP protocol. Also, if you are in a lab, in a network, you want to send file from one to your friend, from your PC to your friend, still you can send files on the internet. That is possible due to file transfer protocol. And you type URL on the web page, open browser, and backend protocol is HTTP protocol. Simply consider, when you get connected to the internet, the first thing you do is you type http://www.google.com, and you are get the home page, and with Gmail icon, then means you are getting connected to the internet. HTTP, all information will be simple text, and it can read information. Anyone can read information. That means HTTP protocol is not secured. It is not secured like other protocols. And HTTPS, hypertext transfer protocol, secured. It will be more in encrypted text, most like banking site, online payment secured sites. We will see that. I will show you. Now here we have typed google.com. Here there is icon lock. Lock means secured. That means secured. Here online SBI site, still it is having lock, secured. That's why it is secured. And now what I will type, just see that http://www.unipune.ac.in. Now it is showing university site, and still it is telling that it is connection is not secured. That is the meaning of secured, and that is the meaning of secured and HTTP and HTTPS protocol. So this is HTTP protocol. Here HTTP protocol is used, and here HTTPS protocol is used. Okay. So that is all about HTTP protocol and HTTPS protocol. Now FTP protocol, it is responsible for sending and receiving files on the internet. When user is sending some request to download files from the server, you download something, PPT from the server, that is a part of FTP protocol only, or you upload something to the server, that is also part of FTP. Normal file transfer in both the direction, it allows sending and receiving files from one machine to another machine. That is also regularly do at the time of practicals, transferring file from your login to another login. Telnet. Telnet in the sense allows you to access remote device. If you want to access device, you go through terminal, maybe LAN or any different location. It is inbuilt protocol. It will allow you to access remote device machine sitting on local machine. It is default application of TCP/IP. Telnet protocol is by default available on any operating system, and if you want to access any system in the world, you can access it with the help of command line. That is nothing but the Telnet. You can access any system in the world, but not graphical user interface, but it is command user interface. So in that case, it may be LAN or it may not be LAN, but you can get connected to the different system, and you need to provide username and password. That is all about Telnet. SMTP protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, allows to send and receive emails, responsible for sending and receiving emails. Gmail is a mail server, very popular mail server. Another is Yahoo web server, mail server. Then Hotmail. SMTP protocol will allow you to access mails and receive mails. Another type of protocol are POP3. POP3 protocols are used when you want to receive mail. Terrible file transfer protocol. It is modified part of FTP. It is used to send and receive only files. It is used when you are doing backup or restore file. Remote install. Consider remote installation. You can install operating system from LAN. The backend protocols which allow you to do this. Suppose tomorrow there is exam and I want to configure 20 machines in the lab. Tomorrow there is exam, and I remember that tomorrow there is exam and I want to configure 20 machines in the lab. So it is not like that I will open the DVD drive and insert a DVD drive on 20 machines and then I will install Ubuntu. It is not like that. I will install Ubuntu on one machine, and with the help of this terrible file transfer protocol, I will install Ubuntu on another machine remotely, not locally. Remotely, I will install another operating system, Ubuntu, from one machine, and it will respective machines. I will only go through the remote installation. I will not go on each and every machine and then insert the DVD drive and then install. That is not there. Okay. So that is about the terrible file transfer protocol. Now, simple network management protocol. It is used for monitoring the network. If you are a very big network company, you have a lot of routers and switches. You have a lot of switches connected. You have all switches connected. Suppose any user connection goes down and the complaint he is not able to access the resource. There is a problem with switch. Normally we have network management server with specific computer installed with managing software. It gives topology how devices are connected. So it will be send message to simple network management protocol, and administrator can work on their email messages, and we call it as a network management. Suppose I am having a company, big company, where a lot of switches are there, a lot of laptops are there, and a lot of networks are there. In that case, if then a problem arises with any machine, then it will be very difficult for me to go to that particular location and to try to solve that problem. So in that case, while viewing the problem, I can straight away when I'm sitting, where I am sitting there, I can straight away handle the problem. If that problem is long distance from me, means I am at the first floor and the problem of the system is at the second floor or third floor, still I can manage. And there is a problem. Normally we have network management server with specific computer installed with managing software. So with the help of US server and with server with specific computer installed with managing software, it gives topology how devices are connected. So with the help of network management server, I can specify the simple network management protocol, and administrator can work on that problem with email messages and we can solve the issue. That is job of simple network management protocol. Now, DNS protocol. domain name system or service. We are sitting in the lab on internet and we are typing google.com. Device can't talk to each other by name request. It goes to DNS server. DNS server will having mapping of Google server and what is the IP address of Google. Based on that, it will forward request to internet and it will find the IP address. Remember that if you type on the browser google.com, it is not that a name that is going to search your google.com. It is IP address. Previous, just I told you that when computer is getting connected to the internet, it is identified by the IP address. IP address is very, very important when your system getting connected to the internet. So if you type google.com, your name is not going to search where is google.com. Your IP address, with the help of IP address, it is going to search, and that IP address is converted. That IP address is converted into mapping Google server and what is the IP address of Google. That is searched and that is mapped properly, and then that google.com is searched. So DNS is going to maintain database. So that's why DNS is going to maintain database which is having mapping of name to IP address map, just like telephone directory with which you have name and mobile number. So that case mapping has been done. That's why you are able to find very fastly google.com. So we will see next. Now, dynamic host configuration protocol. Consider your organization has 200 devices in LAN. Assign IP address to each device is difficult job. Giving manual IP address is time consuming. We need to assign subnet mask, default gateway. Also, we need to tell who is domain name system server. I need to define a range of IP addresses. All this information will be spotted to dynamic host configuration protocol server. Its job is to reply the request. If I powered on my computer, it will send broadcast request to this in my MAC address, and who is assigned the IP address. Other device will ignore it because they are not authorized. But dynamic host configuration protocol is going to listen to those messages. It will range of IP address and parameter and reply with available IP address. Consider you our hardware engineer when set up the lab of 20 PC or 50 PC or 100 PC, they assign address at the time of installation only. That part is called static IP, because every PC is assigned the address and that cannot be changed. So that is called static IP address. I mean, they will assign IP address to particular machine on at the time of installation. In that case, you have to remember the IP address on which machine which IP address is given. But here, dynamic host configuration protocol, in that case, if I start my system, there is one server in the lab, and if I log on or start the system, so in that case, a broadcast info message is gone to the server that I am the system, I am the starting in the network, and I need IP address. So server assign the IP address. Next system again start. The next system another broadcast the information, and it goes to server, and server assign IP address. Other cannot assign the IP address because they are not authorized. Still, it is mentioned there that they are not authorized. So assigning different IP address at runtime, that is the part of dynamic host configuration protocol, and that part is our application layer. Means IP address are assigned when the system start, and that means it may not be possible that same IP address will be given to that system when the system start or shut down after next time. It may get different IP address. So that's why it is called dynamic host configuration protocol. So up till now, we have seen introduction to TCP/IP model and one layer of the TCP/IP model, that is application layer. Thank you.